Gonna be a scorcher today.
Excuse me.
Darling, you don't ever want to sneak up behind somebody in the cemetery. You might have to dig a platform if you do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I was wondering if you could help me find someone's grave.
Let me guess. Here to see Angela Evans, right?
How did you know?
Relax, don't get scared on me now. She was the only funeral we had last week, and I remember seeing her there. Put two and two together.
Yeah, do you know where I can find her?
Ain't gotta look too far. Just right there.
Thanks.
You know, you're the only person I've seen coming to visit her twice. Take it you two must have been close.
Well, kinda. I mean, we went to the same school, we were in the same class. We grew up together, but after a couple of years, we drifted apart.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened?
Suicide? I don't know exactly how she did it, but her mom found her suicide note. Basically said, I feel so alone. I feel like nobody wants me. Every time I try to reach out to somebody, I get brushed aside, like my life doesn't matter. If I can't get by in this life, maybe I'll get by in the next. I love you and goodbye.
Was that true?
What?
What I mean is, was she really that lonely? She didn't have anybody care about her?
I mean, I cared, but, you know, if she would have said something to me, I would have helped her out.
Were there any signs that led you to believe she was going down that road?
Yeah, well, she was a loner. She really didn't have any friends. I mean, like, everyone picked on her, called her names, pushed her around. But I didn't think it'd lead her to this. I still don't know what to think of it.
You know, hearing your story makes me think how ironic it is she made it here, this part of the yard. See, me and the other caretakers, we call this Tragedy Row. There's stories all around here similar to your friends.
How many have you heard?
I've heard just about all of them. You name it. There's plenty of stories that go around. Drug overdoses, domestic violence, runaways that died on the streets. Sure there's enough stories around these parts you could write a movie about.
How did you hear about them?
Some I read in the paper. Others I spoke to the family members. And there's even a few I know because I was there. The story that stands out the most is the grave that's right next to your friend's. Russell Pierce.
How did he die?
It was a Thursday night. Russell was always a bit of a hellraiser. And that night he decided he really wanted to go out and have a good time. So he went down to the bar with a few of his buddies. He was a regular there. Bartender even knew about the drink. Well, while he was there, he met up with a few women and decided to get absolutely hammered. Then he thought it'd be a good idea to get in his car and take a joyride. But nobody could have thought of that would be the last time they'd ever take any ride. See, while he was flying down the highway, Russell lost control of the car, smashed right into the tree. Needless to say, get a fast car with a drunk driver doesn't look good for anybody. All 6 of them in the car died that night. Russell was killed instantly, along with 4 others. They were able to get one to the hospital, but 2 hours later, injuries were just too much.
I'm really sorry to hear that. It's really sad.
Well, as bad as that sounds, it's not the saddest part of the story.
What do you mean?
Me and Russell were best friends. I've known him for as long as I can remember. And when we got together at night, whew, it wasn't pretty. Boy, were we some hellraisers. I remember this one night, we thought it'd be a good idea to flip somebody's car upside down with a forklift, just for kicks. Boy, were we crazy. But as crazy as we were, we always looked out for one another. See, that night, I was supposed to go out with him. He called me up, say, hey, what time can I pick you up? But I told him, you're going to have to go without me. I'm not up to it. But that wasn't the real reason. See, before Russell died, me and him met up with a preacher. Started telling us about Jesus and the scriptures. Told us that God wanted us to live differently. Russell didn't pay no mind to it. Just called him crazy and ignored him. But while he was ignoring him, I was actually listening to everything he said. Didn't know why at the time, but it all made sense to me. Gave me his card and said, if you ever have any questions, give me a call. I took him up on that offer quite a bit. The more I talked to him, the less I wanted to go out and get drunk and get into fights. It just didn't seem to matter to me anymore. But I never told Russell any of this, not even on that last night. I just let him go and kept my mouth shut. I was too spooked of what he might have said. Too afraid to hear, why are you getting soft? Why are you turning into a preacher on me now? So I let him go. You know, him and me always looked out for one another. But the one night he needed me the most, I let him down. I didn't know it, but I was actually helping him dig his own grave.
Are you saying you're responsible for his death?
What I'm saying is this. Maybe if I would have said something, maybe if I would have told him the truth, he'd still be here. See, the main reason we call this tragedy, bro, isn't so much how the people died. It's the fact that, well, there's room to believe these deaths could have been prevented. Stores all around here similar. People that got mixed up with the wrong crowd because nobody told them any different. People that just decided that maybe it wasn't worth living because nobody stepped in. And the mourners, they all say the exact same thing. I should have said something. I should have done something. But for whatever reason, they didn't. I'd swear I've heard that so many times, it sounds like a broken record. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you never know how your words just might change somebody's life. Sorry, didn't mean to tell you all this. I'm sure you got a lot on your mind as it is. I'll leave you to make peace with your friend. My condolences to you.
Hey, Angie. It's me. I know it's been a while, but boy, have I got good timing to talk to you now, huh? Remember that one time where we had a sleepover and it was a while ago, you talked about how you wanted 4 kids, a career in dancing, everything. And you could have had that, right? I mean, you cut it short. I mean, why did you have to cut it short? I mean, there's a gaping hole in my heart because I didn't say anything to you. I didn't tell you the truth of how Jesus saved me, and he could have saved you. I feel like I'm in some endless nightmare, and it just doesn't end. It doesn't go away, and it's too late to say anything now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was so selfish. I was selfish, and I withheld my blessing from you. I'm sorry I pulled myself away, and I didn't tell you how God changed me. There's too late for anything now except to ask God for forgiveness for what I did and what I didn't do. By not telling you how God loved you more than